Greetings! It's that time of year again when the festivities begin and everything is jolly and gay. It is time to be good to each other and to reflect on yet another year passing and to manage our expectations for the next one. With this video, I'll try to make a few predictions for 2023 considering what the fuck we've seen in the past 3 years and knowing how manipulative everyone is, from government, academia, science and media to alternative media, conspiracy theorists and Q-tard contrarian psyops. So what happened in 2022? A war broke out in Ukraine in February, and immediately after, the lockdowns and injection mandates were almost fully lifted in varying degrees across the world. Why these things are associated? Maybe it's hard for the propaganda fear porn machine to maintain fear-mongering over more than one thing at the same time. Maybe their social engineering psychologists told them that if you're afraid of too many things, you begin to desensitize to fear. Maybe the war was a great excuse to dump dollars outside of the US economy, an economy that is by now drowning in excessive cash due to excessive money printing excused by the alleged pandemic. And so dumping that cash into Ukraine saves the US from some inflation. So no need for lockdowns for now. And this monetary scam was all this overhyped epidemic was. They also tried to scare us with bullshit monkey pathogens, but it didn't stick. Probably to keep reminding us that the next faux pandemic is always just around the corner. Anyway, let's get to the predictions for 2023. Let's see if they materialize, but I hope they don't, because if they do, we're fucked. Prediction number 1. The war in Ukraine will escalate. Yes, it's on ice for now due to the winter, and each side for now will seek to keep the pressure on the other side while maintaining their lines. Sure, some minor movements and territory exchanges here and there, but in the spring expect a major push by one or both sides and anything is possible. Prediction number 2. The war in Syria will escalate. Already Turkey began its new invasion of Syria, making cowardly, uncertain movements. It always had plans to take huge chunks of Syria and Iraq since the two countries were decimated by the US-sponsored ISIS. And now that the US and Russia are distracted, it's the perfect time for them to go after territories that their insecure ultranationalist sentiment compels them to seize. Prediction number 3. The big bank and big pharma establishments, with their coordinated governments and mass media assets, will make another attempt at selling us another bullshit pathogen by exaggerating its hazard and by making it worse through banning early treatment remedies. Already they're prepping us with bullshit like the unsubstantiated, unscientific claims from Qatar and bullshit headlines of self-appointed experts fearing this and that. If a new pandemic succeeds or not will depend on us falling for it yet again. Prediction number 4. There will be more destabilizing events in Iran and China. It's clear that although protests in Iran and China have a good cause, which is the decimation of state power, they are sponsored and hijacked by World Bank interests as a means of leveraging and blackmailing these uncontrollable powers. And already the Iranian and Chinese governments have given in to some of the demands of the people, which means that the people will be emboldened to ask for more. Apple, currently the biggest company in the world, seems to be leaving China due to the lockdowns and protests. So China is in for more destabilization, and who knows how that would escalate and play into the hands of foreign agitators. Prediction number 5. Trump will tweet on Twitter, even though he said he wouldn't. Yeah, he's playing hard to get, and he's got his own platform, but let's face it, his platform is shit, it's small, and it's an echo chamber. If he's running for president, he'll need a few exclusive tweets on Twitter for some buzz value. Prediction number 6. Climate lockdowns, or energy restrictions, or energy rationing, and carbon social credit scores. Because we are so dumb to wonder how carbon is somehow bad for the climate when all life on this fucking planet is carbon based. And no, CO2 correlation with arbitrary bad data on temperature prove nothing. And why climate restrictions? It's another deflationary measure and method of control of the sheeple. Because those who own governments have nothing more to want other than shits and giggles. Prediction number 7. Inflation will rise even more, especially in the first quarter of 2023 due to Christmas spending as it always does, but mostly because the disgusting US government and EU keep increasing the money supply, creating money out of thin air, robbing your purchasing power. Their excuses for printing more money are alleged pandemics and foreign aid to corrupt money laundering states like Ukraine. But as I said in previous videos, the corrupt world banking system can deflate the economy through economic suppression, like lockdowns, bullshit pandemic restrictions, and dumping money in foreign aid, with the lower classes always paying the price for this action while the rich get richer. Expect more economic suppression measures to be implemented periodically within 2023 as a deflationary measure. Most likely the supposed climate will be a good excuse to enact restrictions, since most people are brainwashed enough to accept it as a valid excuse for their misery, when in fact they're just dumb and they deserve what they get and more. Prediction number 8. Cryptos will further crash and then bounce back up higher than late 2022 prices. I mean, why the hell not? But why yes? Because more and more financial restrictions, blocking dissenters' bank accounts, and the increasing digitization of currency might finally make people realize that free, decentralized, and competing currencies are the only way to push back against modern tyranny. And especially private coins like Monero and Pirate Chain may in fact be the most impactful in the near dystopian future. Disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Bonus prediction, in 2023 they will keep teasing you with more Twitter files and more of Hunter's laptop and bullshit revelations that are too little too late, giving you more regular doses of your hopium, appeasing you in intervals, rendering you complacent, thinking that justice will maybe somehow magically come from a corrupt government, keeping you complacent and inert in your false hope. And again, no one will get punished for anything while you're stuck in your keyboard outrage, lost in misdirection and distraction as the corrupt ruling classes keep doing what they're doing. So there you have it, folks, your 2023 predictions. What do you think? Do you have any of your own? Would love to hear them. If not, it's all the same to me. Have a great Christmas, awesome, wholesome holidays, and I wish you a better 2023 than the one I predict. Thank you for listening. You're awesome.